Hey, this is Ross Payton with another classic episode of RPPR After Hours. We're looking at a D&D adventure called the Immortal Storm, which throws the PCs to New York City and Chicago, among other exotic adventuring locales. We're also talking about Far West and Ken Whitman, who are still both around 10 years later. If you want to access the entire catalog of RPPR After Hours and lots of other scenarios, games, podcasts, videos, and more, join the RPPR Patreon today. Use discount code OCCULT to get half off your first month. Enjoy this episode.
Hey, this is Ross Payton, the Roleplaying Public Radio. This is RPPR After Hours. This episode is called Tempting Fate, because we're going to be talking about fate and immortality.
Tempted Fate.
Yes.
I like Tempted Fate.
And also failed Kickstarters, those that have...
Oh, those are the worst.
Yes, those are Kickstarter drama, especially tabletop Kickstarters. So this episode is made possible thanks to listeners like Frederick Bjornsson, who actually sent us from Iceland the Immortal Storm, which is what we're going to be reviewing.
And I believe that's Scribblikins?
Scribblikins, I believe, is his username. Then there's also Gary R., Brownie Davis, David Dobelman, who actually has supported RPVR, Matthew Endicott, Tara Reichsteiner, Luke Woods, Gray Walker, Jeb Dale, and Adam, who that's his username is Adam. So, among other listeners, thank you all for your support for the Patreon. And so
Ross loves you, and we all love you.
We
very
all
much.
do, yeah.
If we were capable of love,
wow,
Jeez,
that's dark.
get it all thick.
So
I do what I can.
In the first, Frederick sent us all the way from Iceland a adventure from 1986 called the Immortal Storm. This is part of the Beckme set, and you remember Beckme because we talked about that with Earthshaker, the adventure that involved the giant fucking robot,
The giant Tin Man
looking robot,
The city that walks like a man. It is D&D Metroplex.
with elaborately described physics and mechanics of what would happen if it fucking fell over, among other things. And
Richter scale.
Yes, exactly. And the Immortal Storm does not disappoint because this is the Immortal. This is the end game of D&D, the Beckme version. Basic expert companion master
Shit
Immortal.
got real.
The PCs at this point are level 36, where they roll over and become a level 1 or rank 1 Immortals. And they have to save the universe, because of course they do.
Can we not keep this place clean for 10 minutes?
Apparently not. We'll give you a little overview, and then we can kind of go back and forth. Because there are, let's see here, 7 parts to this adventure. And each one is special in its own way.
Special, I think you mean amazing.
Thank you, Aaron's right part. So the way it starts, there's some.
Intrigued.
I'm not going to read all of this flavor text. There's a little box text that I could just read. Let's see here. One little part of it. This is the barrier, the inevitable destination of any traveler bold and powerful enough to pass beyond the realm of the 5 dimensions. The barrier might be a gigantic whirlpool or hurricane seen from above. But what irony! In the center, the eye of this false hurricane is an actual huge humanoid eye, perhaps hundreds of thousands of miles across. It appeared only a few weeks ago, transforming the once impersonal gray swirl into a malevolent, deliberate force. As Nyx, the hierarch of some damn thing,
Words.
watches, the eye stares back at him, unblinking. Nyx is hierarch of entropy. Sorry, he's so basically. Now we don't have the immortal rules, and I read them years and years ago, so I have some vague recollection of what they're about. But once you become an immortal, there's a very strict hierarchy of things, and you just basically have to work your way up the organization. You're an organization person.
So you're the hierarch of entropy, huh?
Yeah.
For now.
So you have to work up
You have to work up
exactly. The damn pyramid of the gods.
You start as a novice temporal of one of the 4 spheres. By the way, we haven't even talked about
This is like some late Steve Ditko shit.
Oh, yeah. No.
When he was heavy on drugs and just reading the Kabbalah.
I mean, I will use this as the cover art for this episode because look at this cover art. This is the best, like, wizard rock album cover from the 80s. You can imagine.
I was thinking it's on the side of somebody's van.
It could very well be.
Yeah, that's definitely some van art there.
For the listeners at home,
For the spoiler
all right,
thing.
there are 4 totally ripped people in loincloths, 2 men, 2 women, and then there's one guy in the background with a cloak, but also in
All of them doing P90X and Insanity.
magnificent hair,
They're
flowing locks.
totally into CrossFit.
And
all
part of
standing in
CrossFit is
lava.
apparently the lava sauna. They are standing knee high in lava. And they're just kind of looking at you like, what up? What up, motherfucker?
I think
Yeah, it's lava, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I think it is supposed to represent them being reborn in the fires of the universe. But honestly, it just comes off as the Final Fantasy version of an Abercrombie and Fitch ad.
So each player character is a novice temporal. There are no pre-generated characters, but it has very specific things of what the players can and cannot be. So they're novice temporals, each from a different sphere. The spheres are thought, time, energy, and matter. And then there's entropy, but the entropy novice temporal has to be should be a NPC. So, it can't be. If there's a 5th player, they have to be an extra novice temporal of energy because it matters. Because the one of entropy has to be an NPC for reasons.
The reasons that he will betray the rest of the group.
Evil. Don't read header. So
not reading
each
it.
character starts with an ability score of 20. Now this is D&D stats where at 18 was maximum human potential, and you could not reach it.
So wait, you're rolling a d20
yeah.
and then adding 20 to it?
Oh, no. This is back in the days where all the bonuses were different for each attribute. So, like, your bonus for strength would be, like, +3 to hit and +7 to damage for strength 1800, which was different than strength...
18, yeah. I remember they had the percentile thing for 18s.
Yeah, well, that was for Ben Bar Lift Gates.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Good Christ, AD&D.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't ask that question.
All right. Just
go
know
on.
20 is really, like...
Just go on.
It's really good. It's amazingly good. It's beyond...
It's godlike.
It's godlike. Each character has 500 power points, which instead of having prepared spells, because that was ridiculous, you just have power points and you can use them for magic, whatever you want to do, basically. And you have 500 of them. 20 hit dice, 100 hit points, and 50% anti-magic. So any magic spell cast on you has a 50% chance of failing outright, unless they have something to negate the anti-magic. No, I don't know, but there were things that ignored anti-magic.
Reversing the polarity of the neutral
Yes,
flow.
the agent of entropy is named Drek. All of his ability scores are 20 except for charisma, which is only 10. He is generally known as a winged fury, which is described in the DM guide, which we'll ignore. And so the problem is that there is some big thing that is going to destroy the universe in a couple months, something like that.
Oh, I got time.
It's a big storm, the giant humanoid eye. It's really...
Hey, no
So the hierarchs, the guys who control all this shit, and your bosses essentially,
They obviously aren't doing a very good job.
have to assign. Well, they're assigning you to. They're trying to figure out which of all the immortals should do this job. So there's a test, and apparently, this evil, the Eye, was nice enough to send a poem to describe what it was doing. And this poem contains a puzzle within it that will provide the clue to destroy it. Because that's just how it fucking rolls. Yes.
Because poetry, bitches. Poetry.
Wait, so it's
Yeah.
so this evil that will destroy the universe is the lead singer from The Cure?
Or the Riddler.
Please, Robert Smith is one of us.
Let me read the poem. It's not very long. Through the testaments I call us gods, shall ghosts guide men to teach trust? He that called 8 monstrous gusts get the last laugh. Orcs mounted this death storm clue, thoughts sing least. Sense of wrong? First teach sane. Sense of morals? Fade. Count on. Sense of action to men of tears? Sense of humor? The other colder fact? Sense of honor? Collect my gems, elf. Bizarre is it not, my young friends? If I'm not mistaken, some malevolent intelligence has brought forth the Death Storm, but has offered us a chance to redeem ourselves if we have the wit to do so. Well, what can you make sense of it? So that was the puzzle.
That sounds like a list. Oh.
I'm glad you're immortal, because your verse certainly is not.
I was going to say it sounded like a bunch of autocompletes.
I understand you don't have ears. Let me tell you a little something about meter. What the fuck was that?
A poet they should not have sent.
So the starting puzzle, but sometime before the game begins, give the players the background. Their first task is to figure out the riddle of the message. This may take an hour or more. So they can make standard...
Is he going for blank verse? No. Is it free? Is there any... It seemed like a rhyme scheme at the start, but it just sort of stopped. That's the riddle, right? Why someone would write that? Why someone would put ink to paper and deface it?
Bonkers and cocaine.
Okay, I will give you the actual the solve of this riddle. They were on a deadline. It was midnight on the last day. They were
this
tired.
took time and effort because all right. So that puzzle was in the poem, by the way, and so I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing. That's right,
So that's why it's so terrible.
There's a
It's
puzzle.
painful to look at. It's difficult to get the clues, like throwing the key into a barrel full of glass, only for my eyes and everything I know about taste.
So I'm sure you're all thinking about it, but you can get the player characters can make intelligence checks to get clues on how to solve this. So now the thing is because the basic version of D&D does not. This is basically an entirely different game. It's kind of compatible with D&D. So, like, attribute checks were not standardized. So instead of, like, using your bonuses from your 20 intelligence, you just they just said roll a flat percentage. So if you roll 20 or less, you get a clue. But if you put all your brains together, you have 100%. Oh, wow, you get a clue automatically. So... They just had to. The rules were just bolted on like something on
like brains together in a joint intelligence test.
Yeah. So puzzle clues. The stilted phraseology and odd words, such as the last line, suggests that all the letters in the puzzle are. I'm sure we're all thinking of it. Anagram. Yeah, I know we were all thinking it. We were all thinking it. It's an anagram. Unscramble the letters, presumably of each line, in turn to find the solution. So that's your first thing.
Because you'd have to roll a dice because
Like-
nobody was taking the time to figure
Hey,
it
but
out.
why don't you just tell me how I could save the fucking universe?
If the next poem is a concrete poem, I'm gonna go and say the I is Ellen Hopkins.
First stanza. Each of the first 5 lines contains the same 31 letters. Unscramble any one of them to find the solution to the entire first stanza. That makes sense, doesn't it?
So you have to. So I get the gist of this. You have to have the patience of an immortal because nobody's sitting down for this at all.
Though many verbs can be formed by the letters, a definite action such as get or gather is a good starting point. And then the fourth clue is none of the words given in the first stanza appear in the solution to that section. So
See, this is the brilliance of Gumshoe.
Yeah.
You start reading that shit, and I'm just like, no, 3 points in cartography. I know it before you say it. Shut up. All the points. I spent all the points. Just give me the clue. Stop. Move on.
yeah, well, back in 1986, men had to solve their
Just
anagram puzzles like
Throwing it all on the
Somebody
table.
had to sit down and actually come up with this. Think about how much time that took.
Like, man,
You will have many moments like this in this adventure.
Do you see how fine the print is? They were being paid by the word. God damn it.
Second stanza. Things mentioned in the first stanza are repeated in the second. That was clue 5. Clue 6 is the hierarchs ask you to make sense of these lines, which talks about senses of various sorts. And then clue 7, the words essence of can be formed in each line. So, I will just spend those 3 cryptography points. The solution was gather sight, sound, taste, touch, smell. Repeat 4 more times. Essence of sight from a new star. Essence of sound from a tonal. Essence of taste from a notion. Essence of touch from the Earth Lord. Essence of smell from technology. So, yes.
What?
You
The only time you're going to get that is if it's burning and you get the smell of ozone.
Car failure?
new car smell. That's the key to save the universe is new car smell.
It's
It's actually only marginally. No, it doesn't make any more sense. What it really is.
AD&D.
So
It's just like some Burroughs cut-up method.
Kinda, yeah.
Essence of smell from technology. The rat roach queen. Don't call me her bride.
Look, we haven't even gotten to cue ball yet,
Unleash
so
your
like
warlord.
there's a lot to
Unleash your
cover.
warlord.
So, and then what I really like is the Council of Hierarchs has already solved the puzzle, of course. They are just engaging in testing various temporals
Oh.
and plan to send those who display sufficient ingenuity on an epic quest. All the other temporals tested have failed.
So this is an
Assholes.
application.
So this is your application to be in the fucking adventure.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how the game starts, and that certainly gives. And basically, you're all given 5 magical daggers, and you touch when you find the essence of the thing you want to. You touch the magic dagger to it, and
Wait,
it'll
okay.
absorb-
Is one of us each given a magical dagger?
Yeah. Yes.
Or is each member of the party given 5 magical
There
daggers?
are 5.
Because
Look, they actually had
motherfucker.
art for this.
as
These are the
ridiculous
5
and power gamey as this game is, I would not be surprised. It's like, well, if we give one magical dagger to somebody else, they're just going to lose their goddamn minds. Like, why can't I have both? No! So just give every character 5 magical daggers.
They knew they would be that grognardy about it.
No, this is just 1% percents. So you touch the essence to the dagger absorbs the essence. That's how it works.
They
Yeah.
have like badass names, but they're like file copies. Like, I use the blade in the darkness,
they're
parentheses 4.
They're essentially magical USB keys, USB
Give
drives.
4. I only got 2. Bastard.
And then they sort of introduce, as you're traveling about the multiverse, the Immortals can't just tell mortals who they are. They have to be in secret. You can't be like, I'm an immortal. Oh my god, that's breaking the rules.
In the D&D world, saying
How?
that
It's
would
just the way things
How
are.
many times in a D&D campaign will gods just come down and say, hello, do this?
Those are NPCs. They get different rules.
so
So you have to
wait a minute.
masquerade as high-level adventurers.
This is like I'm an immortal. Like, what? You have a PC, Halo, dude. Fuck you.
It's your pledge, I guess. Really.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Your pledge, so drop trout.
So the first, so you can do these in any order, but we'll just take them in the order that are presented in the book. And so the first one, the essence of sight. What would be the essence of sight? Would you say a chunk of a newborn star? I think that when you think sight, you think the blinding heat and light of a star.
Well,
don't
you are
Sunrise.
seeing
the
that,
nuclear hellfire that is a star. That's what you associate with your vision.
That's very pleasant.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you're immortals. You'll be able to see through it. I don't see the problem here.
So we get into cosmology of D&D, of how stars are born. And this is, again,
When a
they're
daddy star and a mommy star love each other very much.
it's not far from the truth.
Wow. I didn't even read this crap. Wow.
So you have to go to the elemental plane of fire. The elemental plane of fire is... And so they have all these rules about, like, it's a vast area, and you have to find the Fire Lord and ask him for this boon, and then the Fire Lord will tell you how to do it. But first you have to...
Did we have to find the avatar?
No. But the thing is, first they have, of course, random encounters, because you can't have D&D without lists of random encounters. Because when you're on the elemental plane of fire, you have to go to, let's see here, the Star World.
Star World?
It's where the fiery globes originally visible in the distance are not actual stars. They're condensed planets of fire, mostly of the temperature of normal fire. One of these...
Stop bringing physics into this.
We'll get more physicsy.
Good.
So you have to go to Star World, which is basically liquid fire, and you have to wander around until you can find the ruler, and then ask him for this boon. So the rulers, you could have fire drakes and flickers and hellions and salamanders and phoenixes.
This is like cosmic busy work.
It is cosmic busy work, but you're novice temporals. This is what you have to do. You have to save the universe.
Oh, good. So when you become a baby god, like, and now you get to do all the shit jobs the other gods don't want to do.
Pretty much.
Actually, it's about how the corporate world works.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So, and some of there's even one encounter which I really like where one of these I forget, I think it's in this one. The Drakes can steal your magical dagger with like a 50% chance of success, even though they're fucking your gods and you have superhuman abilities. And then they just steal your magical dagger and you're down a magical dagger. So the universe is doomed, apparently? It's not really described that well.
I thought each because could each dagger hold multiple essences or just
Oh
one
no!
for one?
It takes a whole dagger to get an essence of a.
That's why we have 5 each.
Yeah.
Yes.
Headcanon.
You didn't want to just be prepared. They know we're irresponsible as new gods.
And the thing is, you're not even like there's these random encounters, but they're not typical random encounters because you're not supposed to fight them because one, they're either thieves and they'll just steal from you, run away. Two, they're the Phoenix, and the Phoenix is an asshole. Will just like run away, and if you kill him, they'll be like, "Blah, I'm still a Phoenix." Blah, he'll be reborn and run away.
Is that the noise they make when they die?
My head cannon.
So every encounter is like those fucking gnomes from Golden Axe. Like,
They
give me
try to
back
steal
my
you.
goddamn potion. You motherfucker.
Well, there's also the non-violent.
I
one.
killed a dinosaur with this axe. Why won't you die?
Oh wait, there's a green one. I can get his meat out of his bag.
No meat.
And then there are other ones that are just Hellions appear as giant rings of flame, 20 feet in diameter. They are extremely good and shun violence, despite being called Hellions. They being famed philosophers and negotiators. They are immune to poison, being made of fire. I don't think fire can be poisoned
I
anyway.
poison my fire all the time.
And they are quite friendly and will aid the PCs. So yeah, everyone, they're these random encounters, but they're just meh, because
God, see, okay, I know I'm wordy, but this is the kind of shit that still gets me as a game designer today.
Yeah.
When you make a Hellion that's made of fire, and because of your fucking idiotic players, you still have to include the line, beings made of fire are immune to poison. Because there's going to be that one asshole. There's going to be like, well, just say they're not immune to poison.
Well, can I introduce this one specific isotope that's one electron off and that technically poisons?
Aaron, you're
Shut up,
bringing,
Phil!
bringing physics into it again.
to be honest, I feel like that's a lot of the philosophy of the Immortal level D&D stuff, because they put all these restrictions on what you can and can't do to keep players from just fucking wrecking everything.
Well, good. You reached godhood in old school D&D.
Yeah.
You're obviously cheating. You've obviously been lying about every die that has ever hit the table,
No.
and are the biggest rage gamer ever.
I was saying probably
Like,
split the experience points on
it
the
seems like a good idea in this book
Yeah.
for these assholes. But
So you finally get a hold of the Fire Master, and he is the true ruler of Star World, and they all know the planet Fire. And you explain to him what you want to do. And let's see here. The Fire Master thinks a bit, and he says he has a solution to the. However, the PCs must force him to reveal it by besting him in a rough and tumble fight. Now there's a fight.
So we're wrestling with the Flame Master.
You're the Fire Master.
I'll wrestle you for it.
And of course, they have wrestling rules. Each of his ability scores are 75, as opposed to your 20s, and his wrestling score is 82.
So
your
wins.
wrestling rating is 33. His wrestling rating.
so 3 of us join together into a wrestling hive piece. Apparently, we can fucking do that.
With our wrestling combined. Oh yeah!
Actually, they have that when using multiple wrestlers with immortal status. The WR bonus to the group leader should not be merely +1 or +5, but rather a bonus of 1/4 of the additional creature's wrestling rated, rounded down. So
I formed the head.
yeah.
I formed the leg.
So every play, yeah.
Come together.
So there's just one immortal in the middle. And then the other 4 latch onto his arms and
They
legs.
Voltron the shit out.
And he emerges. Bonesaw is ready.
Form blazing suplex.
So they have rules for damage and knocking them out. The
Are
Fire
you
Master.
going to read them?
Okay.
No, I thought you weren't going
Okay. I won't read them.
It was sarcasm because I didn't want you to.
It's only gonna get worse from here.
The Fire Master will pull his punches at the start of the battle, inflicting only 18 points each, not 18d6. Remember, you have 100 hit points each, so...
18d6?
Yeah, that's his normal punching.
So you would have to roll 18 fucking d6s?
Yep. This is before fucking smartphones and laptops
Oh
for
my
apps.
god, why? Why?
Ask exalted players.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I was just thinking back to GURPS.
Well, GURPS, even GURPS.
No, some of the damage looks like a 10d6 rifle.
Okay, all right.
The H&H Express, okay?
Fair enough.
Come on.
That happened very rarely, though.
Not my
If
games.
he also has.
You would need like
800
fucking like an industrial baking bowl full of D6s to just turn that bitch over to keep them on the fucking table.
And then the cat.
It'd be having like you're making cookies for the army mess or rolling for one punch.
One punch.
He has 800 hit points to start with. But if you get him down to 500, he'll start fighting. He will throw normal punches from then on.
What's his normal punches rated at?
18 to 6. We just
Oh,
mentioned
that's right.
that.
I thought that was his.
No.
Pulled punches.
So you can knock him out though. There's a chance to just knock him straight out with like natural 20s and shit like that. If you get him down to less than 100 hit points, he'll give in. Or if he wins, he'll just be like, "Oh, that was a good fight. That was totally pointless. You probably beat all your asses pretty severely, but all right. Here's what you do. So he'll you can also use power points to just cure all. So even though you take 85 damage or whatever from a punch, you can just like spend 2 points and fully heal up. So it's exercise in futility in some way. So you have your little fight with the Fire Master.
At what point does everyone take a copy into the bathroom and just rub one out, thinking about their character? Because I feel like we should.
You need the cover, all right?
Yeah, I feel like this should just skip to the end. I feel like this could be one page. You know, how badass your character is. Oh, it's so badass. It's the best. You're gonna pretend to be like other characters, but you're really a god among them.
What does he want?
Go take care of business.
He wants to live.
Good job, adventurer.
Oh, wow.
So if he knocks out all the PCs, he simply lines them up and waits for them to regain consciousness. All he desires is a good fight and does not matter if the PCs win or lose.
Okay, sorry. I have to tell you, for reading through my section of this, for which we'll get to next, that seems to be the whole thing about it, that it's about the journey, honestly. It doesn't matter if you...
Yeah, there's a lot of clauses in this whole adventure about, like, if the PCs totally fuck up the hierarchs and someone else...
They can do it regardless.
Yeah, the universe is going to get saved. But hopefully the PCs don't fuck it up too badly. Yeah. It's like the immortal equivalent of sending the intern out to get coffee and donuts. Oh, the universe needs to be saved again. Go send those assholes. They just got promoted. So anyways, Starfire is very hot and very dense at nearly 20,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It will burn any material object instantly, including immortal bodies, and even their dagger artifacts with no saving throw, and despite any sort of fire resistance.
Again, the shit you have to include in a sentence. Starfire is hot.
Send this chapter to...
Like, really hot.
Send this chapter to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No.
Come on.
Furthermore, 5 cubic inches of this condensed matter weighs near about 6 tons. Because again, a lot of this adventure is like using real world physics, but also D&D physics, and it's just, yeah,
Yeah, because magic works well with physics.
Oh my god.
It's dropping a big hole.
So the Fire Master reveals a time and a place on the Prime Plane, the major universe, at which the Starfire arrives. He suggests that the PCs use shields of phoenix feathers to block the heat, and then use telekinesis augmented by wishes to capture a small block of Starfire as it appears, and to finally hurl it at the dagger artifact.
Is this the origin story for a group of teens that are going to find Dr. Drugs? Because it sounds roughly half as convoluted.
But, dude, why would you want to fight Dr. Drugs?
I know, right?
I need to talk about wishes. Okay, so like back in the original D&D, like the version of D&D.
The wish spell?
The wish spell is the 9th level wizard fuck you all spell. It's the ultimate trump card in this typical D&D. Like, oh god, we're all fucked, we're all gonna die. Wish spell. Oh, we're all safe back in the end. Or the bad guy's dead. It's just like the end game. In the immortal thing, it's just like the basic building block of doing any goddamn thing. You can't do, it's not just using a wish to do a thing. You need multiple wishes to do a thing. And there's many times where it says, not even a wish can do this. Not even multiple wishes can do this.
Fuck you.
It's just like their standard, it's like the sonic screwdriver, only crap.
Caleb looks like he's about to have a migraine.
Well, remember, the sonic screwdriver still can't work on wood.
I just feel
there
like
you go.
I just feel like with certainty that like the people who play this were the exact same people who like bitch about story games not having enough rules.
Yeah.
When their primary mechanic is like, it's made of cookies now. I am now 1 billion feet tall. Like,
But that's the thing, like the wish is just like the basic spell action of an immortal now. So like there are many rules to ground what a wish can and cannot do. Like how much wealth you can get, how much health you can get back. I mean, it's just, so there are many actions. They say, throw some wishes at it, it'll solve it. Like that's how it works now in the immortal thing. So the plan is you have to hunt down a phoenix, which is to catch a phoenix there's a whole thing about that. There's like multiple paragraphs. Wow. Because you can't just do that, because you have to go on a hunt, but it's very complex. Every known magical power is at their disposal. Wishes can fill in the gaps. The chase should be difficult, but by repeatedly slaying the creature, drawing off its power, and pursuing it despite its repeated teleports, the creature should eventually kill the bird. So you just have to keep
This is like
spawn camping.
It's like an obnoxious Squaresoft boss battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
so what? Okay, wait. You have these wishes, right?
Yeah.
Why can't you just be like, I wish I had some fucking starfire? Or why can't you be like, I wish I went back in time and prevented the theft of this shit?
That's the thing. Wishes have very concrete limits in that. So
Well, there were greater wishes and lesser wishes at one point, weren't there?
probably in a different edition.
But come on, like D&D never changed rules. Come on, it was the same.
Static all the way
It was
through.
static forever.
So
Never has a scenario with so many gods convinced me that there isn't one.
You want a vision of the future of D&D. Imagine Thaco stomping you in the face.
No! No! God Thaco.
So the thing is, so Phoenix has 200 power points on its own. Remember, PCs have 500. It stands 10 feet tall, 25-foot wingspan. By expending 1 power point per round, which it regenerates immediately, it radiates a special fire with a 20-foot radius.
Wait! You can't just breeze past that!
Which part?
It's like getting to like fucking thought experiments. Like, if Phoenix expends 1 power point every round, but it is immediately restored, did the Phoenix expend a power point? It's like fucking Schrodinger's power point.
Chicken or the egg question, really.
I think Immortals have powers to negate PowerPoint usage, so maybe that's why.
It's not a game meant to be played. It's a Zen cone.
You may be right. I would be surprised if more than a dozen groups in the
If
history
we
of the
truly
species
consider and
have
understand
played
this
yeah.
scenario, we will be the ones walking through lava. Or we will understand.
As long as I can be ripped like that, I mean, hell.
Yeah, no, exactly.
They're bullshit.
Whatever.
Let's see here.
How do I become like you, Sensei? Spend all your power points. And then immediately regain them.
It is also immune to all types of fire, charm, hold, and
How
weapons.
is this possible, Master?
Plus-
you will know
of less than
when
plus
you
three
are ready.
So here's the best part, though. If subjected to a power attack, i.e. the players use their power points to attack it in some way, the Phoenix instinctively uses a warp and teleports itself 36,000 feet in a random direction, which costs 5 power points.
But we're godlings, so
Which
this
are
wouldn't really-
immediately returned.
No, they aren't. Only the one is.
Wow.
If the body of slain, the creature is surrounded by a burst of flame and is immediately resurrected with full hit points. This process uses 5 power points, which does not regenerate for 24 hours. So it has 200 power points, using power, freaking it out costs it 5. Killing it costs it 5. So you have to do that a combination of 40 times to permanently slay it and get its feathers. So
Why couldn't you just wish for the guy?
you have to repeatedly slay
Is
it.
this like an entire night of just
Phoenix
fucking with
King.
the fun?
Okay, yeah, because it would just be simpler just to spend those points saying, all right, we have the feathers we need, although, oh, wait, we can't take this. This is imitation phoenix feathers. You can only use it with pure.
Yeah, you can't get to go to some guy by the docks and just like, yeah, I got your Phoenix feathers right
It's
fucking
not
here.
the guy by the dogs, it's a wish.
Yeah. Well,
It is stuff born
wishes
of a wish.
wishes don't really come true. So you get your
Book
Phoenix
is living
feathers.
proof of that.
Whoa. So you get your original. You get your Phoenix feathers. All goes according to plan. This view of the galaxy from its center is stunning. Thousands of stars speckle the sky, dense as weeds compared to the sparse lights. The space of the mortals' homeworld. The stellar matter flows under incredible gravitational forces, forming arched swirls and clouds of brilliant fire. Near the center of the galaxy, amid a few dozen nearby stars, the party waits. And there, at the named location, at the proper time, comes a sudden blackness, the warping of space itself, and then suddenly a speck of brilliant light with intense and immediate heat of unimaginable intensity appears. The gate has opened. The dagger artifact floats nearby, ready to retrieve its precious cargo. Keeping their shields up, all PCs must jointly use their augmented telekinesis to grasp a small glob of newly created material. The
Shields up. weapons
Augmented
online.
telekinesis, not that fucking off the shelf telekinesis.
It's augmented with wish spells.
Wow.
You need.
It's powered by
telekinesis, bro. Kmart.
It's powered by dreams.
And unicorn farts.
Let's see here. I think it takes, like 6. It actually specifies exactly how many wishes it takes. I think it's 6. So each, keeping their shields up, they use it to grasp a small blob. The new star's small gravity tugs at the characters, but they can resist it easily. Soon, the ever-flowing starfire poses greater and deadliest force, but it's hoped the party will be gone by then. The starfire, propelled by the mighty immortal magic, strikes the dagger and continues onward, a speck of wanton fire among great stars. It is quickly absorbed by a giant neighbor. The dagger is partially melted, but a glow indicating the success of the operation. To avoid the deadly fire, the party should swiftly leave the area, departing into the ether and heading back to the Council of Hierarchs and to deliver this part of their greater goal. So that's the part 2 of it. Part 1 was the anagram puzzle, and part 2 was that.
Blah.
7.
Oh, Jesus.
We have some over there.
I need to stop and get some beer.
So let's take a break right now and talk about our other topic for this episode, which would be Kickstarter. Boy, what's up with that?
What is the deal with them?
This episode idea came about, of course, because of one of my favorite Kickstarters that I kind of wish I had backed at $1.
Just to keep up.
Just to keep up on it. Had I known at the time. And this is the Far West Kickstarter. Far West is a D20 classless based system with some kind of fate aspect stuff. Apparently, judging from the description, it was written by Gareth Michael. Well, it is being written by Gareth Michael Scara.
In
I just want to be
quote
clear
marks.
before we start this.
Yeah.
What's your percentage on backing a Kickstarter for like good enough that I want the product versus so terrible I want to watch? Because I think it's like 30-70 for you with what your Cinnabar backing and
That's
like,
it. That's
So-
the only.
oh, what you dump a lot of irony money into Kickstarter, sir.
I don't.
Like you invest
one-
heavily in irony.
What other ones have I done other than Cinnabar?
That's enough.
Yeah,
I don't need additional ones.
Yeah, Ross, we need to analyze your train wreck ratio in this.
Okay, well, the other ones were not intentional. Jesus. I have back 2 train wrecks, but they were not intended to be train wrecks. They turned out that way.
Okay, we can't blame you for those.
No,
Yeah.
you can't. It was good.
Did you go in on potato salad?
No.
All right.
Yeah. I
you did
backed Knights at the Dinner Table Live and Karen, which we'll get into. And those were both our epic train wrecks. We'll get into that. But Far West, written by Gareth Michael Scara, and it was run in 2011. That's when the Kickstarter concluded. And he got $50,000 there.
Yeah, I remember seeing it because back then that was a lot of RPG
Yeah.
money.
It's still not a bad amount.
It's still it's not a bad amount at all. But like that was like pre Fate makes a billion.
Yeah. Pre-Fate Core.
Salad days.
Yeah. And, so the thing is, that was 2011. 2015, it's still not out yet. And he's saying any day now, essentially.
And Ross pointed us out to this wonderful little website, this very simple one that is only titled, "Is Far West Out Yet?" And it is graced by, I cannot remember her name, one of the main characters from Rat Queens. Just laughing and going, fuck no. Rat Queens, number 5, used without permission. Far West is 1,436 days past the Kickstarter deadline. That's 3 years, 11 months, and 5 days. A partial list of release dates.
Please don't list.
I will say, it
starts in 2011.
Oh, the last one that came up. The last one that came up before the most recent one, the first week of June 2015, and then the very last one in November, which was in quote marks.
Yeah.
Which again was not met.
It has now been crossed off.
So. The thing is, he might do it in our lifetimes, because there has been a recent development in Kickstarter thing, and that is now attorney generals are getting involved.
That's always a good sign.
There was another Kickstarter for some custom playing cards, and that also raised around 30 or 50 grand, something like that. And no one got their cards, and so someone contacted the Washington State Attorney General, and he's like, "Where's our shit?" I was like, "Oh, that's fraud," and then they worked out an agreement. There have been several other civil suits and attorney generals getting in and saying, "Dude, you can't do this. That's illegal to take money," and then not give them the thing that you're saying you're.
Yeah.
Of course, Gareth Michael Scarra's premise, and in fact, one of the Far West Kickstarter backers has contacted his attorney general. So Scarra has started issuing refunds to people who ask for them. But Scarra's defense is that you are backing a process and not a product. This is the process.
Wrong. When I back it, I want my shit.
Well, you didn't back it. You're not.
No, I'm saying if I back something, I want the stuff.
Defense, though, that it's.
I mean, to be fair, had I put red markets on Kickstarter the second I had the idea, without writing one word other than the Kickstarter text, we'd be getting there.
Yeah.
In terms of time. We still wouldn't have matched it, but we'd be getting there. But one should not do that.
Ever.
Ideally, no. But he's still working it. He's still trying to do it. And the great thing about Far West, and because I have no money in it, I don't care one way or the other. And I'm entertained by this. So you do you, GMS. Is he has had 213 updates to this Kickstarter in the last 4 years, and he go over his life dreams, his anxieties, his goals, it's just a peek into them. It's a very James Joycean thing, you know. It's his audience. Sorry, Ulysses.
Yeah, imagine the majority like, don't give a shit. Give us our stuff.
No, there are people who back him and defend him, and are just they think it's a process.
Wow, that's sad.
Their blogs?
But not all Kickstarters are that whimsical, and there are quite a few. So I did back
another story, Ross.
Yeah, there are 2 that I backed that I mentioned earlier that have been just total fuck ups. And one, which one do you want to hear about first? Karen, with the legacy of Mike Nestle, or D20 Entertainment / Ken Whitman.
Surprise us.
Well, I was gonna ask, did you also back Cinnabar version 1?
No, because that was okay. Yeah, so Cinnabar is the
Yeah, let's hear this defense.
Whoa, calm down.
Going aggro.
Caleb is seeing blood.
The RPPR favorite game, Cinnabar. The first version of Raven McCracken, man, myth, legend, backed. He of course launched a Kickstarter to create the new version of Cinnabar, and the first version of it did not succeed because he asked for $50,000 but he limited the rewards to such a point that he could only get like $24,000 if everyone backed at the maximum allowable level. He would have just someone drop 30 grand and expect nothing in return. So it's like, oh, get the book at this much, 500 backers total maximum.
There are whimsical rich people that will do that.
Yeah,
There
was like 3
People pointed this out to him. He's like, oops. So he canceled it and relaunched it. And that succeeded. And I put $10 whole. And I got my PDF, so that was successful. I got what I had.
Was it really a success
But the
for
problem remains, he knows you exist.
He does know I exist.
That's a problem.
Wait, listen,
Well,
He will
listeners,
recover
in the
night.
comments, Ross and I have realized we've gone too far in our publishing careers with our mundane human names. So in the comments, please tell us what Ross and I should rename ourselves for publishing our next book.
Also, what our Jedi name should be, because Ray McCracken is a card-carrying Jedi.
Oh yes, because he came up to some guy in his Jedi.
He's posted it to his Facebook.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm Raven McCracken. You're a local Jedi.
Yeah, no, I would love to do that. There should be a Raven McCracken name generator. Or like, one of those things where like, oh, if your first name starts with this letter, it's this and then this, So that would be a good fun thing.
I trust the fans.
I
So
do
let us
too.
know.
I trust you, listeners.
Patreon sponsors, give us what we have.
So I'll talk about D20 Entertainment first. And we can go back and forth. D20 Entertainment was run by this guy Ken Whitman, who is kind of actually has more of a reputation in the RPG industry than I realized when I backed it at the time. I only saw D20 Entertainment, and Jolly Blackburn was involved with that. Jolly Blackburn is, of course, the head editor of Kinzer Company and the guy behind Knights at the Dinner Table, and they were one of my first. I got published in Knights at the Dinner Table a long time ago, and I've always enjoyed their work. So I was like, oh, hey, they want to do a live series. Great, I'll back that. I'll put in $20 or whatever. And Ken Whitman, back around 2005, 2006, ran a print-on-demand company that folded, and lots of people didn't get their books, and he walked off with a lot of money. And that should have ruined his reputation, but he's very charismatic, apparently, and he knew, like, Jolly Blackburn and a lot of other people in the tabletop industry in real life, and so he's sort of
an
like...
immortal.
I guess. Immortals do have powers to charm mortals, by the way, which we'll get into.
Do they use wishes for that?
No, they don't even need to use wishes. It's an
Okay.
innate ability.
Okay. They're just like,
He figured the backers paid their money points, but
Yeah.
they immediately get those back. So why return them?
He saw that loophole. They regenerate them with every summoning of the paycheck. Once a monthly.
Those get taxed yearly by the elder gods.
Yes, there's a curse upon them.
You have your net wishes. For
Legal
the year.
liability. Anyway, so Ken Whitman, and there was another one he did for Traveler, the live action series, which I did not back because I don't, whatever. But Traveler's, of course, the old sci-fi RPG, and so Ken Whitman was going to create these things, and they raised at least 50 or 60 grand for Knights at the Dinner Table live action series, and they raised a lot of money for Traveler, and they shot them. They shot the series, or at least they shot KODT live. I don't know what the status of the Traveler thing is, but they released episode 1. They kind of released episode 2. They were gonna have a Gen Con release party, which Ken said he was going to do. Then he said he was going to cancel.
What year
and
was
then
that?
This year.
Oh, was it this year?
This
Okay,
year. And then Ken didn't show up to Gen Con, and Kinzer Company and Zombie Orpheus, the people who do the Gamers of the Series, kind of scrambled and got the backers of the Kickstarter, something just out of the niceness of their heart. And Ken Whitman kind of just disappeared. He kind of just dropped it, and he basically bought a new truck, which he posted to Facebook. He moved. He's gotten into acting more. He's changed his name to Walt.
So he's yet used his name. He's used the money to create an alternate identity, which he's escaping from.
But he's still
role-playing?
posting to Facebook in various things. So there are several blogs and website articles that follow this ongoing thing. And his latest thing was, one of the rewards for the KODT Live series was a limited edition book that was just going to be like full color covers of every issue of Knights at the Dinner Table. So just a nice little art book for people who really like the series. And those were like $100 or something like that. And Ken, of course, Jolly gave those books to Kin to ship out because Kin was the one who had the Kickstarter account. He had the password, so he would be the only one with access to shipper mailing addresses and whatnot. Well, that was a mistake because Kin just sold them to a game store, and
They're all here. Go get them.
which the thing is, the game store didn't realize that these were supposed to be Kickstarter limited edition awards, so they put them on their web store. Hey, look, we got this new limited edition art book from Knights at Dinner Table.
So they're literally pawning stolen goods.
Yeah. And when this,
These are like several felonies already.
oh my god, yes. So the game store, to their credit, when they realized this, were like, oh well, let's give me the addresses. We will mail them to the people who deserve them.
So sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry. We did not realize we were unwitting accomplices. So Jolly Blackburn's trying to get access to the Kickstarter account so he can get the mailing addresses to everybody, so he can get the rewards out. But yeah, Whitman is just.
It's a criminal in the wind, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. Whether or not the long arm of the law reaches him, or
Well, he changed his name to Walt.
yes,
Walter White.
yeah, Walter Whitman, I think.
Walt-
Walt
great.
Whitman.
Yeah, something like that. I know he changed his name, and he's like, he's been in several TV shows.
Look
Apparently.
for a man with a very long beard, fondling other men on.
Oh
New
no,
York
he's
train
bald
cars.
and like shaved head kind of thing.
So he is going for Walt White.
Yeah. So that was one fuck up. The other one,
Go on.
Karen was the other one that I backed. I did not realize it was going to be fuck up when I got it.
But to his credit, it's fun. It did come out.
Fans,
eventually, so.
let Ross and I know what we should change our name to when we flee from the law during the next
Is
Kickstarter.
this a separate name than our Raven McCracken?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so we need.
But remember, you have to.
We
keep
need our
posting.
Raven McCracken publishing names.
I call him Mordecai.
On the land.
And our on the run from the Kickstarter police names.
Yeah, Attorney Generals. Thank you. Good. Yeah, that's a good point, though.
And they won't know it anybody else because this is only available to the Patreon backers.
No, I will eventually release these to the public. I'm just putting a.
Well,
time to-
once you're out of,
Yeah.
once you're in,
Once we're out of extraditable countries.
once you're in a non-extradition country.
Palau, the tropical paradise of Palau.
Or Macau.
No, Macau probably. Macau's expensive.
Let's go say hi. Let's
Well,
go say
dude,
hi.
with all the mad cash you're gonna
Oh, yeah.
get away
All
with.
those Kickstarter riches.
Oh, God.
And your burlap sack with a money symbol on it.
Caleb, Ross, both of you can go hang out with McAfee.
Wow, I don't want to get shot.
It won't. Maybe. I don't
Dude,
know.
if you're within a
That's what
Matt
Rapture.
will
That's
shoot
what
me.
Rapture would really be like. Guys like McCaffrey and Ken Whitman, just a crazy tax dodging.
McAfee we would wind up. He'd get high on some hallucinogen, make the penal gland of a guana, and just mistake us for one of the, a reptoid and shoot us. So.
Well, you have to be wearing the medallion, or else that's what protects
That
you.
just
on
gives them a
Xylem.
target, like just a shiny light right near my heart. No. So Karen is a fantasy RPG where about like humans are all dead. And talking animal people have taken their place, and so the idea is everyone lives in harmony in these quaint little hamlets in a very pastoral kind of thing. And the idea is that you're intelligent, you're kind of civilized, but you don't want to go too far human in terms of like building advanced technology and magic, because then you fall out of harmony and you start wrecking the environment and starting wars and all that stuff. But on the other hand, you still need to have weapons because there's corrupted monsters. And you have to deal with those assholes. We've actually played a game. I haven't posted it yet, but it's a neat little system. And I thought, oh, that's cool. And I didn't check into the guy's background. And so for $20,
I'm noticing a trend.
yeah. He had already several Kickstarters that were outstanding at the time, but none of them were too terribly late. And let's be fair, all Kickstarters are basically late.
Yes.
And he said, oh, for $20 you'll get the book out and it'll be done in a couple months. Like, oh, sure, why not? So Lowen. And basically, Mike Nestle had 3 other Kickstarters that, as I mentioned earlier, and none of them came out. He basically declared bankruptcy. This was, I don't think, intentional fraud as being poor
Bad
project management, which is very common among tabletop Kickstarters. And so he lost everything, and he was like, "Man, I'm just giving up. It's done." And of course, no refunds. But in Karen's case, someone else basically took on the rights for Karen, and eventually released a drive-thru RPG, and just sent me a code to get the print-on-demand version at cost. And I was like, oh, that's better than nothing. So I got it, and I have it. And that was pretty much it for me. The other, Karen was kind of lucky in that regard. He had several other fantasy ones, like a dwarven themed dungeon adventure, something of the anvils, and some other things, and they all just kind of collapsed. I don't know if any of those they were partially fulfilled, and that's kind of common. Is there are a lot of Kickstarters out there, everything from Karen to Far West to there's another one called Glory to Rome, which is a board game, which was successful, but then the guy, very bad at pricing things, just basically lost his house in order to finance, and
kind of ended on a downer note.
Yeah.
Man. Like climax with the guy who's wearing like novelty mustaches and fleeing to different countries.
Well, I didn't mention there was another one, the Flying Butts Kickstarter, which were flying butt miniatures, like one with wings or one with like a little power armor jetpack and things like that. That just kind of disappeared. So,
What was that one where the guy changed it midway through to like? It was like a vampire game, and he's like changed.
Oh.
This needs to be a fantasy game about dragons.
that actually sounded
with a
like
completely different dice mechanic.
the creator of Vampire the Masquerade, Mark Hagen.
Ryan Hagen.
Yeah, Ryan Hagen. He created a game called I Am Zombie, where you
that
play
one.
a zombie. And halfway through it, he's like, guys, I really want to do this fantasy game. And like,
Will you support this
He
instead?
just shifted midway.
yeah. The thing is, no, he still said, I'm going to do both, but I'm going to work on this one first.
Okay, let's give the guy credit. I mean,
Yeah.
he did kind of give us one of the biggest shifts in the gaming paradigm.
He did.
Just
Pleather pants. Thank God. Where would we be without those?
Katanas everywhere.
Undead superheroes.
Yep.
So yeah, that one. And the thing is, I am a zombie. I think is going to finally come out. I think 2 years late, but it's coming.
We got to do that fantasy game first.
Yeah, I think he did release that, or he gave that up. And yeah, we can come back to this. So there's Upfront, which they just the guy did. It was a World War II themed card game that the guy didn't disclose in the risks for this project of failing. He forgot to mention that he had a lawsuit against him for several $100,000. Like he had lost. He took hundreds of thousands of dollars of investment from investors,
To pay his legal fees.
and to produce another game, and he just decided not to pay them. And he's like, nah. And then he didn't mention that when he got $400,000 for 2 games up front, and there was another one. It was like D-Day themed, and then he just took the money, and the game is not available because he just disappeared. I think he moved to Australia. So, yeah.
Holy balls.
Yeah, no, that one was a good one. So there are of course always more. There are.
So the moral of the story is full background checks before you invest.
Yeah, apparently, depending on how much you want to back.
Yeah.
But part 3, going back to the Immortal Storm, part 3 is called The Sound of Music, and it's about going to a universe of music to get the essence of sound.
Yeah,
and Aaron is the only one here with a musical background, so Aaron, you really need to.
Just to kind of preface
floor
this,
is yours.
Yeah, I band for a long time in high school and college, and also I went in as a music major initially. So
Yeah.
For my general
You
composition,
can read sheet music,
yeah. So
and you know what those terms are. I
a
assume
little
so.
bit. No, like I said, I looked up a little bit back because everything that they used for most of the notation, and I will say this quite literally, you were interacting with notes. Physical representations of notation and their specific keys, their specific placements in this G. You are in the Fantasia world of sheet music.
Yes, you are literally in a universe of sheet music.
Yeah.
So I was thinking it's
You
kind of
merge.
these. Okay, it's like what modrons are to geometry.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you, I will read this off because when you, the simple
I wish
one
you
of
could
this
see
is
the
that
look on Caleb's
you
face
emerge
right now.
on the staff of a measure. So, unfortunately, it doesn't tell you yes.
Are you two-dimensional?
No, it's not. You're not seeing line segments. Well, I'm going to say this is a 3-dimensional representation of a 2-dimensional being.
So there's just white void around you?
Let's wait for this. So here we go. Sorry. We'll begin this. To start on this part of the adventure, the hierarchs give the characters accurate directions to the home plane of the race of tonals, one of the outer planes. The hierarchs do not know where the essence of sound is located, but the tonals should, and the PCs are told where to find them and negotiate. The characters approach the tonals plane in the astral plane. They see a small silvery ball only 1 foot across of pinkish silver color. Having previously obtained permission to enter from the hierarch of energy, they can cross the planar boundary by the usual means, either by a simple 50 power point expenditure or using magic, gate, plane travel, etc. The characters arrive on one rung of a gigantic black ladder. The rung and 2 side poles are about 2 feet in diameter, made of an unknown substance. The rung is 16 foot long. Another rung crosses the ladder at 120 feet above the characters. Looking around, the PCs can see 2 other ladders, one directly before and behind them, each about 200 feet away. However, these are quadruple ladders, each having a total 5 vertical poles and intermittent rungs crossing the poles at the same points.
See, now this is why a map would be fucking useful in this point.
And you literally will bring out sheet music for this.
Yeah.
The whole area is softly lit and misty.
A scale, like you were this tall compared to this giant bag.
Yeah. And the thing is, from this
Scale, get it?
Yeah. So you were actually trying to get over to one of the immortals of this one, which I need to find the Latin.
The Brevs, I think.
It was the Brevs. Basically, it's a double whole note. That is the immortal of this, one of the immortals of this. And your guide is a teeny tiny little semiquaver, a 16th note, which she, if we're going with that, is named Sesquifor. Sesquifor.
And they have rules about like how you can communicate.
You get to the end and it says repeat, and you have to go back to the beginning.
You get to the coda. Thankfully, you get to the coda of the coda, and you go into an interlude. So that's which you move into it. But yes, you have the fact of the matter is you don't know how to move up and down the bars of the measure. So you have to learn, and this was so wonderful to me, how to slur yourself. Which, if you don't know of that in music terms, you're not hard-tonguing anything. Sorry, and I go with this. As a brass player, you basically just let it flow up instead of giving a staccato end. So she teaches you how to flow up it, and you have to come into different.
Hey man, I know how to hard-tongue people.
What does he want?
But you go through it, and they give. And I thought I was just going to absolutely hate this.
Yeah.
But I honestly love it because of just the attention to detail of this, of how you actually go through the music, and that you
calculate how much like 5 cubic inches of star matter would weigh. Like they have a lot of attention to detail.
Oh yeah, because here's another one. This is for whoever's running the game.
Yeah.
The following information is for the DM unless the PCs ask about the origin of Sesquifor's name. The names of totals indicate their exact position and status. The lowest of forms, the semiquavers in innate immortals, have a squaw in their names. The quavers, novice temporals, which will be your quarter notes. Excuse me. The shorter qua, the crochets, which are. Oh, take that back. That's an 8th note. This is a quarter note, or the quavers, or the crochets. Similarly, you have a crow in the minimums of the 3rd celestials. The noble semi-brevs, the 3rd level of. That's like Imperials, bear a simple sem in the names of the great brevs. This just goes on and on for the Latin descriptions.
I'm trying to think of like traps now dedicated to sheet music world. So like you're jumping on notes, but certain notes collapse based on the key signature because they're flat.
We do that.
Other notes cut you when they're sharp.
The sharp notes cut you.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Because
you gotta watch out for 8th notes illusions in case you're in swing time.
Yes.
Because they're not quite where they seem to be.
Yeah.
And there's different timing that you go within the resting. Because basically, one of the biggest ones, you don't really encounter a lot of fights. These are just traps, which are in the form of your rests, and they create massive webs. And so in this case, here's resting. When semaphore is bringing up the rear, the party heads upward. The slurring process works perfectly. If the party's movement rate is less than 640 feet per round, the semiquiver complains about getting behind tempo, but does not insist on a faster speed. When entering the section about 24 bars
what
up
if you were in like a
portrait,
Tool song? You have no idea what's going on.
I was going to say, I think
The time signature keeps changing.
I think I just found the map for this place. It's Fairies, Air, and Death Waltz.
No.
No, that's what they're going to because they want to create every
Maybe like a Mars
song in
Volta
this.
song.
Yeah.
But when entering the section, Howard Party
It's
suddenly
horrible in here. Nothing makes sense.
when the party suddenly rams up against a cluster of web-like fibers that have filled the upper half of the section. Siskifor blinks, it's a rest, and the group comes to a sudden stop. The elastic strains do not inflict damage, but they do prevent further movement upward, despite any attempt to pass them. So, the tonal becomes very sad. This is it for me, I'm afraid, she explains, soft colors. And also, they communicate in colors, by the way. So, you have to learn
Because
the
of
language.
course they
I can see the music.
Yeah, you have to like. There's a whole thing in there about using telepathy to learn their language.
Yeah, telepathy, or
Oh, wow.
you can polymorph into one of them in order to get that, which
Oh, okay.
will come out later. But yes, this is all about this, and there is one point where they come against a rest that requires a key change for it, and you have to, if you ever trust, you can puncture her to make her a little flat.
Is that a metaphor for something?
No, I don't think it is, and I hope it's not.
Puncture her
But to give you
with your shark.
But to give you an idea also of just how this is how they're ranking them. The Brev, the overall for this, SP Energy, RK Eternal 3, PowerPoints 8,000, AM 80%, AC -10, HD 38, and they have hit points of 540. AT1 Blast, D6 and I'm just intelligence. I guess that's intelligence 84, and I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just this literally does remind me of the first Fantasia movement with Beethoven's Fifth, where they just go through it's like the realm of music where it's all abstract imagery.
And this is why this adventure is so great. It's so fucked up because they're basically like, I'm so tired of fucking writing D&D. Let's do not D&D as hard as we can.
Yeah.
Let's go balls wall.
And the overall goals in this, in addition to also getting your Semiquiver up to her group because she fell behind. So that's why she's your guide, and if you succeed in everything, she'll be able to join the triplet that she was lost from. So, which I find lovely. But also, ultimately, you're trying to get through there finding an atonal note.
Those are the bad guys.
Yeah, well, not so bad.
Named Glass.
Yeah, they are the tools of this universe. The ones that are trying to take away from take away from the harmony.
Yeah.
And so when you come up to the Brev that you were talking to, what was his? I don't care what his name was anymore. So he will actually do the. They will bring you under a mesmerizer, which is it is a globe that is representing the tempo of the song, and it will basically show you the four tonals that may be atonal, and they will give you the the puzzle of this one lies, this one tells the truth, this one is confused, and you have to figure out which one is the atonal.
They have a fucking labyrinth puzzle.
You know what? And
Exactly.
at this point, me, and I would actually go, can we fight something, please?
No, you figure out which one it is, you can fight him.
Yeah.
I was like, can we do it now?
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
We're gods! Screw you!
Yeah, eventually you find out that most of them are confused except one, but the conclusion for this, where was it? And the fight. Oh yes, the atonal crochet. All of the atonal crochet atonal abilities are 25. Its physical attacks form a blast of sound to inflict 16 points of damage to all within, save versus physical blow. Its blast normally causes half that, but is amplified by its rage and its restricted space. It can use all forms of power combat, but can only produce magical effects that are based on sound, blasting, silence, etc.
So do they have stats for the drop?
So, but essentially what happens at the end is once you beat it, it will fully deflate, and if you take one of your daggers to it, that is your essence of sound. And the Brev says, "Go ahead and take its corpse. We're done with it."
Wow.
Also, world of sheet music is a harsh and brutal one.
Yeah, also within the
Mediocre
between the movement, you find that
changes.
these are just little rest areas that actually have trophies that have been either wandered into the sound realm and either died or taken.
That's right, yeah.
And it's even dumber because if you find one that matches up with your one, either temporal, matter, or Earth or whatnot, you can enter it and increase your movement speed through each measure.
And you can regenerate faster, right?
Yes, you
because
can.
You can't regenerate as fast in this realm as you could normally.
Normally, yes. So,
So it's a power up.
yeah,
but
it's a power up. Yeah, exactly.
So ultimately, I cannot hate this because of the level of detail that they put into it.
I could hate it.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's amazing.
If it weren't for the fact of just it's D&D rules to this, I wouldn't actually mind doing this as a little off-side in a
you
story.
could easily
adventure.
take that premise and run it in Fate or something.
Absolutely. So thank you. I love this.
It is just like, what the fuck? We're in sheet music. What? Okay, there is one disappointment I have with this is that they did not base this on a specific piece of music. They did not say like, this is the Ode to Joy or this is some fucking Sousa March or some bullshit.
I think they left that open so it could, when you get to the Victory March, that could be replaced with any music that they wanted to.
They should have chosen because but yeah, no, they should.
But of course, this is like in the 80s. This is what was this 86. So
86,
of course the nerds who were sitting there going like, all right, and music from Return of the Jedi. So there you go.
That's probably why they didn't do that because
How
they
about
didn't
some
want
Boston?
copyright. Yeah, or Boston. Yeah, that would work.
I just always imagine somebody rolling a d20 to that. You know?
The next, so that was part 3. Part 4 is actually pretty short, an odd notion.
Thank God.
It's no less weird though, because you have to go to the plane of the notions, creatures of pure thought.
Oh my God! It's getting fucking platonic.
So it's in the sphere of time.
Somebody pull me up the idea of a chair. I'm gonna sit down. I'm exhausted of this shit.
It's high art, the role playing game.
This is kind of like that. This part of the Great Adventure involves little or no combat, but maintains much role-playing in a freewheeling, chaotic setting. So basically, the physical form, you go into this nebulous realm, the realm of thought, and you have to find a specific notion. And the notions, the physical form of a notion is a lacy network of strands of air, so like a neuron, a giant fucking neuron that just wanders around. They're immune to all magical effects except those which affect air or thought. They only have intelligence as an attribute, and they have 1 hit point per, which is 1 point per hit die. So it's just a big air-filled realm where you swoosh around and look at them. But when the thing is, whenever you show up to 2, they're just going to swarm the player characters, and everyone's going to be. You can resist them, but they'll keep attacking you until each character has 2 notions in their head. So they could be any of the following flavors: impatience, unconcern, certainty, sorrow, obedience, rebellion, dislike, forgetfulness, certainty, and fondness. Ignore any that you do not wish to use. So they just want you to think whatever notion is in their head. That's how they feed. And so once you deal with all that bullshit, they could use wish spells to figure out where to go. There is a genie who has been trapped in this realm, traveling with 2 notions: absurdity and misinterpretation. And he...
This is the elemental plane of Fox News.
No, that would be it. That would be the notion of denial.
It's in there, isn't it?
It's in there, but it's not within.
Punditry, I think it is. So basically, all you have to do is talk to this guy. He'll tell you where to go, and then you have to figure out which of the notions is the one that you want, and then you have to stab it. I can't even remember. Let's see here. With your magical dagger. Let's see. What is the notion? Oh, it's for a sample of its flavor. Yeah, for taste, I think. Yeah, so that's it, basically. You have to just talk to these crazy-ass notions and the genie wants you to kill him or free him from this dimension. He's trapped there, so if you kill him, he'll be resurrected back on his home plane, and if you open a gate, he'll go back home as well. So that's basically, it's kind of a brief little interlude, a nice little thing for all the bullshit that is to come.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. Master of Earth, Part 5. So... you must obtain the essence of touch from the Earth Lord, the Elemaster of Earth, and this is a different Earth, and there's 2 Earth that you're going to apparently.
Wait, is this the one that involves the map that's involved in this?
No, that's part 6, the Smell of Victory.
Okay, because that's the first thing I noticed.
So yeah, there's 2 Earths apparently. But the Earth Lord, well, actually, when they say Earth, they don't mean like Earth the planet. They mean Earth as in the element. So
Obviously.
yeah, obviously. So you'll love this. The Earth Lord dwells in the center of the planet Cuball. The planet is unique in several ways, but one of the strangest is the pattern of its 6 moons. All are made from the same dense white rock found throughout the planet. 5 of them trace intersecting orbits about 100,000 miles above the planet's barren, flat surface. The Elemaster himself controls these orbits, so no collisions occurs. The 6th moon is made of exceptionally dense material and moves at a much higher speed. This moon, called Snowball, circles the planet once every 8 hours, so that's 100% anti-magic. The surface
It's a lot of anti-magic.
Yeah, the surface of Cuball is only 100 feet above the top of Snowball's orbit corridor. Can be reached by magical means. No tunnel connections exist. The planet's entire surface is smooth, polished, and unmarked. Cuball's circumference is 31,000 miles, and its center is about 4,925 miles below the surface.
At this point, we should just mark the shit as a book on tape. RPPR reads you the Immortal Storm.
No.
As punishment.
The reason
for
I
your
bring all
sins.
this up is because
By
your
giving
first
us money.
the reason why this is all important, all these dimensions, all these fucking checks is important because your first basic encounter is that you teleport when you pop in near Cuball to talk to the fucking Elemaster of the Earth Lord. Is you are in Snowball's orbit corridor, so you have to avoid not getting hit by a moon. That's the first check.
Oh, out of my way. Got things to do. Stable orbit to maintain.
And so that's the first thing, to not die.
It's a hell of a dodge check.
It's a hell of a dodge check. So, assuming you don't get smashed by that, of course they have collision damage.
He ain't so immortal no more.
Yeah. So
he's screaming forever.
So you assuming you go that, you basically have to go through a series of gates to get to the center of the planet to talk to the Earth Lord to get the fucking sense of touch. In order to do that, you have to talk to these living gates called Backs, B-A-A-K, and they are like, well, if you tell them the truth, they will let you go as long as they magically know if you're lying or not. And of course, there's random encounters, but they're all friendly, basically.
The DM getting revenge. Did you take my Dr. Pepper? You have to tell the door the truth.
Shit,
Are you a cop?
I put it's like that baklava that was in my freezer. It's gone now, Terry. Terry.
What? That's metagaming, not in the Immortal games. All is part of the multiverse.
Just like that baklava was. That was mine.
So the encounters in this, random encounters, are great too because, like, in normal a lot of these things are like threatening or dangerous to normal adventurers, but to you they're like cockatrices. They look like kind of like normal birds, but they can turn you to stone, like you do. But these appear as normal birds, only a foot long, and may seek handouts of food in the elemental plane of Earth.
Wow.
So like the guys with the water along a marathon route.
The Earth Drakes. And more thieves, they will try to practice their pickpocketing abilities. If successful, they return the items and ask for suggestions on improving their skills. So, like, how'd I do? They ask you for fucking surveys. How was my service as a pickpocket?
Try not touching me again.
Gorgons. These are stone cows, essentially. They can also turn you to stone with their poisonous gas that they can emit. But they are herd animals, bred and milked like cows here.
They call them Gorgons?
There are horde creatures
Yeah.
that are up to 10,000 hit dice worth of insects that just kind of swarm around, controlled by single intelligence. So kind of like Yithians in the future. Humans, high-level adventurers, because those assholes show up everywhere.
Do they try to kill you and take your stuff?
Medusas, which are apparently plant-like beings, a massive 10-foot-long tentacles connected to a small spherical body. It may approach and wave its tentacles in an alarming manner, but it is just begging for food.
Wow. So you mean adventurers have been killing these things mistakenly because it's like, if you just like gave them your rations, you'd be fine?
Yeah.
This whole time?
Apparently, at least when you're an immortal.
So like regular adventurers could be like, hey, have my sandwich. Cool, the treasure's mine.
Yeah, Snowball's approach is undetected, cannot be avoided. Its speed is nearly 57,000 feet per round. So if you don't turn intangible or teleport, you're fucking based. and you have to create a new body, because that's what happens.
It's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass. It uses PowerPoints.
Oh man,
Big,
I liked that body. It
exactly.
was ripped.
Look how ripped this body is. You know your next body isn't going to be as badass as this one.
No.
Again, I don't
That
hear
would be the
metal.
loner.
I hear dinosaur
Yeah.
rock with that, so it's just.
All right, so you get through the being, you get through the gates, and then there's another gate, and then you maybe have some random encounters, and you have to travel.
That seems like
no,
just
no.
like, and we're walking.
Yeah, it's a pleasant hike. Oh, we're feeding the cockatrices. We're saying,
Look at those
waving to the Medusa.
Drink some Gorgon milk.
Yeah, drink some Gorgon milk. Straight from the Gorgon.
Drink the Gorgon milk, Aaron.
Still warm.
Just like it always is from the Gorgon teat.
But there is going to be
That's
combat.
going to come back.
Because the Elamaster and has an assistant, another immortal, about your rank, but this is Nagrath, and he is a horde being, which is life forms that have one mind, 10,000 hit dice of insect-like bodies, achieved immortality, and Ingrath is a traitorous immortal. He wants to kill the Elamaster and take over.
So
And
he
he's-
left the corporation to go on his own.
Well, it's a hostile takeover or attempted hostile takeover.
He's backstabbing his boss. Happens all the time.
So basically, he kills the or tries to kill. They're basically killing each other's forms. They're like multiple forms, and they're just like killing, and they're waging war.
So they have all the final forms.
Apparently, and so you had to fight this guy. So you finally get a straight up fight with the Nagrath, and there's of course stats for it and all this other shit, and yeah, he has AC negative 29. I mean, like you do, and he's a pretty tough fighter, but you can eventually defeat him. And you do that, he's like, "Oh, thank you for helping me," and he gives you the thing, and so that's that adventure. It's just a nice little thing through Cue Ball. Don't get hit by the moon. Feed the cockatrices.
Don't you hate it when you get hit by a moon?
Defeat the insect horde immortal, Nagrath. And then for this adventure, now we get to the big one, the Spell of Victory.
The one with the map.
The map. So there is a map in the inside cover of this adventure, which is of Manhattan, circa 1986, and Chicago. Because you start in New York, but you have to go to Skokie, Illinois, in order to.
Why?
Could you just do that with a regular party? That could be fun.
So, according to the hierarchs, the essence of smell can be found in a place that has a long name in the language of the local populace. Creative Fragrance Labs, Oakton Place, Skokie, Illinois. And you have to go there because it's through technology, remember? And so then they have all these rules of being an immortal in the realm of fucking the real world. So magic doesn't work, but still some supernatural abilities still do. First off,
This thing
So
related.
magic doesn't work except for all that magic.
so no wish spells.
For all that magic, what works?
Yeah.
So you still, I'm guessing the first.
There's
order of
categories
business
of
is
magical
Steal
powers.
clothing.
Yeah. So you have to you get clothing. You can bring gold and jewels because basically you have to pretend to be human or pretend to be mortal, and you have to pawn those for things. And
So can we just, before we go in here, can we just create a huge fount of gold to say, all right,
you can't bring that
in there.
much. They have limits. They can bring up to 100 gold pieces and gems of 1,000 gold piece value per character. So
well, and this is full
But dude,
Reaganomics,
gold's
so
worth a lot
that
more.
would give us a little bit to work with.
So in terms of the ability, first off, the gate that it doesn't stay fixed. So the thing is, you create a gate within the plane. So you have to create a gate that stays open. And because of the weird magical realm, whatever bullshit, it opens in a subway tunnel at 2:28 a.m. Every day for 2 minutes in New York City. And so you have to. That's how you enter, and that's how you have to come back.
Do we have to dodge a subway then at this point? 'Cause we're
no,
gonna dodge
actually,
the
no.
plane.
And how
Okay.
are we getting to Illinois? Because if the majority of our powers are gone, none of us know how to drive.
There are rules. There are rules for this.
Dude, you catch a freaking bus. You're gonna pay the taxi.
So that's the first part of the challenge is acclimating yourself to this strange culture, and this is the brilliance or weirdness of this. They describe, you know how like every D&D adventure tries to describe the culture of the elven people is like this, and they are merchants, and they describe the real world in this form,
Awesome.
and they make great emphasis about how racist and classist it is. Like,
Good for you, Immortal Storm.
yeah, no, it's like, oh, the light-colored humans discriminate against the dark-colored humans, and
Oh, I'm making fun of this game, but I'm totally on board.
Yeah.
Because it's this game. It's
Yeah.
not a type. You know what? It's doing its own thing.
It's
I may
doing-
disagree at points, but
yeah.
God love them.
Good on you.
The history of this culture.
Shine on, you crazy diamonds.
2 global wars have come and gone, and smaller territorial skirmishes are constantly raging. That's how they just. So first off, they describe what you can and cannot do as an immortal in the real world. So your non-magical skills still apply. So a former thief can still climb walls, hide in shadows, and so forth. Former fighters may be masterful with certain weapons and combat techniques, and former clerics can turn certain creatures that they may encounter.
Go, my squirrel army, go!
Former wheelmen can drive.
Let's see here. Gaseous, transplanar, and transdimensional movement are impossible in this realm, so no teleportation. Technically, the PCs are able to fly, simply roaring along at 360 feet per round without any visible means of propulsion. However, such actions would disturb the natives greatly. They would be detected by several bureaucratic agencies who operate long-range devices capable of detecting aerial movements, even of things as small as the characters.
So we're gonna get tagged by the FAA.
I was gonna say, just wear an ICBM
So don't
costume
fucking
and go.
fly!
And then Maverick from Top Gun's gonna chase after us in an F-14.
Yes.
So
We're not a MiG, damn it.
But we kill goose.
yeah, they even describe. Here's how they first describe guns: about 2% of the populace or less carry visibly carry devices which propel small pellets at high speeds.
You're not in Texas.
Yeah, these devices are too firmly based in local technology to be properly duplicated in advance, but the party should have little trouble acquiring some after they arrive. So you can get clothes that kind of look like it. You can spy into this realm and get some idea. So you can learn, because again all the people in this realm have attributes that go up to 18, but all of yours are at 20. So you're better than everyone in everything, and this includes learning English in a matter of hours. And do you know how long it takes them to learn how to operate a car with or without
Tell us,
instruction?
Ross.
It takes them 6 rounds to learn a car without instruction, and have that if someone is able there to give them some pointers.
Okay, I have another question. If they've detailed this, manual or automatic transmission?
That is
They
actually a good
probably
question. Vehicles. It does not
All
specify.
cars become automatics if you take the automatic touch.
It does not specify.
Well, that's not an attention to detail right there.
Yeah. They have a
Drop the
30%
ball, man.
chance of having an accidental but minor collision with a stationary object, but thereafter can easily avoid nearly all potential incidents by exercising forethought, observation, and mortal reflexes. So you go from oops, a ding the car, to Fast and Furious in 6 rounds. That's how awesome
This explains Fast and Furious.
Oh my god, you're right.
They came to the Earth plane, they fell in love.
Yeah.
One of the immortals was named Toretto,
Yeah.
and he had a demigod man.
So wait, what would it be like? You can have any drink as long as it's elven wine.
So you
God,
can
this-
also emit an aura at no cost. This aura can have a charm or terror effect. So you basically can
guess.
mind control or terrify anyone you meet.
Oh,
by
Dominic Toretto.
yeah.
Okay, no, I have an explanation for this. If we're going about the Vin Diesel route, his Witch Hunter movie was his past as his D&D campaign. He poured it over after the
Yes!
Immortalness, and then later on,
He charmed a bunch of people into thinking they were his family, even though they bear
Exactly.
no ethnic or racial relation to him in any way.
but he's an immortal, so he survives into Riddick later on. It all
He's
connects.
a car wizard.
Oh my god, we have a unified
Headcanon.
field theory of Vin Diesel.
Headcanon.
A unified field.
We need to watch The Last Witch Hunter to see how that ties into it. Is that the breach between Fast and Furious and Riddick? Like that probably.
Well, the thing, I know it goes into the modern era
Yeah.
on that movie, but that's when again he becomes bored with it.
Oh, screw this. I'm driving cars now.
So yeah, so you can learn language in hours. You can learn how to drive a car in 6 rounds just by sitting in the driver's seat and just looking at it. You're like, all right, this is clearly what this does. And Then it sort of describes it 3 methods. You can deal with the upper classes, the middle classes, or the lower classes. If you have the wrong clothing for whatever class, they'll look at you disdainfully. So they even bring in that whole classism stuff. But you have to figure out.
I choose a white athletic shirt for all occasions.
Not going 80s hardcore punk.
So your first encounter, because this is New York subways in the 80s, is with a gang, of course, called the Fangs, and you have to. They say don't just kill them because then there'll be police looking for you, and that'll just be inconvenient. But you don't really need to fight them. You don't really need to kill them because they're human, and they're like.
The thing about a street fight is the street always wins. That's what my character says. My character, which is Dominic Toretto.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, Drac, the Immortal of Entropy, stops by his home plane, takes on a new form so he can blend in with the technological society without magical aid. The only form he has designed is a 6'6" tall, heavy, 230-pound, alluring female with jet black hair and pure white hair.
Okay, a 6'6", 230-pound
woman,
probably
her.
alluring female?
Glamazon.
Yeah.
Yeah. More like terrifying.
You want snooze?
Yeah.
So
when I watched China and old WWF Raw, I'd be like, he looks alluring. I mean, she.
So the gang leader's name is Mig. The other members are Big Chuck, Raul, Stiggy, the Club, and Naka. The Club.
Why do they call him that?
I don't know.
He loves to dance. He goes every night.
He is a maniac. He can't be stopped.
So the PCs have many options to deal. They can either, mind control them, charm them, fight them, murder them with their bare hands, just beat them up, or take command of the gang. Because the gang would love to have some heavies like these guys.
And they can drive us places.
I feel like this is like the Johnny 5 / Chappie.
So then they describe in New York.
X-Threat Theater.
Yeah. So after that, it's kind of it's kind of a sandbox thing. How do you get from New York to Skokie and back? And they spend several pages describing what New York is in D&D, in the D&D frame. The large and powerful organization of policemen and detectives, other specialists, consists of over 5,000 men and women, one for every 400 citizens. They focus on organized crime, spending over 75% of their time and efforts on such groups. So on and on and on and on with this. And then the workers can be of any age, size, color, and that's how the average citizens are described. The workers, the worker caste. They are mostly 1/2 to 1 hit die, with a few exceptional types being 1+1 to 3 hit dice. Unless special protective clothing is needed, most workers have an AC 10 to 8. So like they describe that's what they describe paragraph on is their combat stats.
I have a horrible idea for a DCCG game.
God, this, yeah.
No, the Immortals. You are the regular citizens when the Immortals are running amok through the Earth plane.
Ooh. That would be, most workers mind their own business if interrupted. Some are friendly, some are brusque, some rude, but few violent. None initiate conversations with strangers.
Few violent New York in the 80s? Fuck that.
Well, these are for the workers.
Yeah, we're pre-Giuliani.
Have you seen the subway?
Little Mr. D&D adventure. This is like Freeport. It's den of scum and villainy. It's like the Warriors out there.
So yeah,
Warrior.
they describe how how gender and race relate to how people interact with you. Dark skin colored characters have harder times than light skinned characters. And they mentioned this out. Yeah,
that's gonna be some great role playing.
Yeah.
In the same game in which I was in a magical plane of sheet music, what I really want to deal with is institutionalized racism.
So the average basic exchange rate is 500.
Grinding the gears on tone a little bit there, Immortal Storm.
You think?
I think that's more stripping the gear.
The basic exchange ratio is $500 per gold piece, and each player character had 400. Could take 100 gold pieces?
100 gold pieces
Yeah.
and whatever jewelry they could.
So up to 1,000 gold pieces worth of jewelry. So yeah, everyone's loaded, and this is $500 in 1986.
Yeah, it's like full Reaganomics.
Yeah.
Greed is good. You're golden.
So they describes telephones. It just damage recovery. You don't regenerate as fast. It's only 1 point per 24 hours, and you can't use your magic cure-all spell, because that's a... so if you want to, that character may invent medical techniques that cure diseases and damages on their PC forms. It takes you 12 whole hours studying medical texts. Then you get to make a wisdom check. But then you make a cure potion that heals 1d4 damage for $50 per vial.
Are we going to leave this realm basically acting like Bones from Star Trek for, here, take this pill. Your kidney regenerated.
It only works on your bodies, because your bodies are immortal bodies, not like human bodies.
Okay, so we gave that pill to
Presumably, though, you
Logan.
probably could cure cancer in 12 hours, given how fast you can learn the language and how to drive a car and how to develop things that can heal you.
Well, if we all rub our brains together, we can cure it in 1 hour.
Apparently. So you can just get $50 per vial, so you can make your fucking healing potions. You don't need to eat either, but you can eat if you want, so to pretend to be human. So once you figure out how everything works, which is, I assume this is meant to be the comic hijinks thing. Oh, wow, I have no idea what you're, stranger in a strange land kind of thing.
Beastmaster /
Yeah. They have vehicle damage impact rules, because of course they do.
Wow.
They also have rules for guns, because of course they do. And then you have to go off to Chicago to the Creative Fragrance Labs, which apparently the fragrance industry is a very high stakes industry, because they have fucking armed guards and barbed wire fences.
You will not know the secret to our fragrance.
4 attempts at industrial espionage in the last month. These are armed guards, by the way, because
Fuck this! I want to play that game. I want to play a merc defending a lab against Liz Taylor's high-tech ninja squad.
So
You'll never take us alive, Taylor. Never alive.
So CFL has this new essence of smell, and the Sensations Incorporated of New York are trying to steal it. So SI has sent in burglars and mercenaries to try and steal it, and so you have to go in there. And the thing is, the receptionist is this beautiful woman who appears ditzy, but she's really an undercover government agent with 2 handguns and knives on her desk. Jesus!
She doesn't look ditzy. She looks prepared for anything.
She does look prepared for anything.
Oh, you're gonna sneak in, aren't you, precious?
Operation Empress, go.
And the thing is, she is trying to get dirt on SI. She's apparently all these industrial. She's trying to figure out what SI is up to. So
CIA is like, this perfume company had 26 reported violent deaths.
Yeah.
You should probably go see what that's all about.
Oh, her name is Galena Wainwright.
What?
Yes. She has 5 hit dice and 10th level thief abilities. So she's badass as a mortal, and so she basically, yeah. It's again an open. They have a map of the lab.
Of course.
Well,
Maps. You need that for all that high stakes.
you might try and break in.
Espionage.
Well, the players might do that.
Like into a firefight.
It's open ended. They don't. The scenario, to its credit, does not say this is how you get in. It's
When
not
you're
like
new-
Starfire. There's only one way to get fucking Starfire in your magic dagger. It's maybe you want to negotiate with them. Maybe you want to buy it.
Maybe you want to storm the doors with your New York subway gang.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you import them to Skokie and just have a full raid. The club, go take him. Not go. Get the door.
Stop dancing. Stop. Put that away. You're not. Do not have that out. What? No. Bad club.
So the chemists have distilled the very essence of smell. Each person interprets the scent in a unique and personal way, believing it to be their favorite aroma. They've only produced 9 ounces of it. You just need 1 ounce of it, which they'll sell for $750,000. Or you can wait a couple months when they finally figure out how to mass produce it. Or you can buy the company for
Wait, you can wait a couple of months?
That's not described. That's if they fuck up. Well, if you totally fuck up, NPC immortals come in and they just buy it off the market.
So you're just like fucking renting a room in Skokie? Man, I hope they'd hurry up on
And
that.
that's the thing that kind of
I know it's only
out this whole
being an
scenario
immortal
is that
sucks so bad.
there really is no consequences other than you get at
Well,
the end
I
of this
mean,
you
the
get
thing
to,
is that they failed. The universe is doomed. So the GM's like, yeah, put that in there.
and you just remain intern immortals.
Yeah, apparently. So you don't get promoted yet. So
Whatever.
You can buy it. You can steal it. You can make it. You can make a deal with Galena to like help take down SI in exchange for it, which is not really described, but I could. That's what I would do. You know.
Clearly, that scent company is Umbrella.
And she's gonna get a promotion for
Yeah.
turning 4 immortal gods as assets.
Yeah, exactly.
Dracula dossier, eat your heart out.
I flipped him.
So here's the thing: if you didn't like, the gate is still open in the rest of the astral plane or whatever. And the thing is, if you don't disguise it in the astral plane, a fucking demon of the type Nightshade comes in and starts wrecking shit in New York. It looks like a giant 15-foot tall worm, and it starts despoiling everything and killing people and causing
Well, at that
problems.
point, at that time period, it
But
wouldn't
we
really
already
change
have the
much.
fragrance, right?
Yes,
So
but-
fuck them.
But no, you can't.
I'm out.
You can't do that.
There's a lot of
in the
goddamn rules on being immortal.
because it's in the subway tunnels, and if the essence gets within 120 feet of the Nightshade, it will spoil the essence of smell, because that's what its natural ability does. It will also spoil your healing potions. And also, Drek is with the entropy, and he's allied with the Nightshade, so there's a whole section of when Drek may or may not betray you to
but
further his own personal...
Will it spoil the plot?
No, he will take. I'll hold the Nightshade. Basically,
Okay.
his plan is here. I'll hold the essence of smell. You guys go deal with that asshole, and I'll protect it to make sure it doesn't get despoiled.
The Nightshade.
And then he'll warn the Nightshade. Oh, these 4 guys are coming to wreck your shit. So he wants all of you to get killed, so he can like, oh look, I saved the
Okay, so
day.
the Nightshade does not spoil the plot.
No,
Okay.
unless the players are exceptionally stupid.
Okay, so he can spoil. So he literally spoils everything.
He literally spoils everything
Okay.
if you get close to him. So you can fight him, which is hard because you don't have your magic powers or as many of them. And then, but you literally can just talk to him and be like, "Here's the way out." Oh, thank God! I hate this place, and he will
Wow.
leave.
Wow.
So, or you can just shoot him with guns. You can steal guns from the National Guard and use them to gun him down, because machine guns will work really well on this demon.
So, can you get some? Like, so you get the bottle. Like, so you get the bottles of your spoiled potions. Like Nightshade.
Because PCs, of course, only take a few rounds to figure out how to use guns. I mean, cars. Yeah.
Safety.
Yeah. But guns don't work outside of this realm because of reasons.
So did you hijack an attack helicopter and learn how to fly that? In 10 rounds?
That's not specified, but you probably could. That would take.
7 rounds.
Use the tanks. Tanks are GTFO.
Well, you probably have to have 2 helicopters. The first one you'll crash, and then you walk out and be like, drink a half dozen healing potions. Be like, well, that sucks. Let me regrow my arm. Get the next one.
Like, I like that arm.
And then there's the 2 parts are pretty quick. You get your experience rewards for doing things, like if you solve your puzzle, you get more power points back and all this other shit. But then the only one player character can have the honor of saving the universe. So they have you have a big gladiatorial fight to determine who that will be.
So they'll face off against everybody else other
Oh,
to make a pissing
PvP,
contest.
but if you die, it's okay. They'll give you a new form for free. So
Wow.
Thanks, universe.
it's just a way to see who's the big badass, the most badass. But then you have to guard. It's a escort quest for the last guy because he has to protect the hierarch as he does the thing to save the universe. You have to fight off waves of spectral hounds as he does this.
But what about celestial badgers?
Nope. So spectral hounds. They have pictures for it. So just waves of spectral hounds. If you kill one wave, another one will show up. But eventually, whenever you're basically, they say they keep fighting him until he dies, and that's when the Eternal figures it out and solves it. So just as you're dying, that's when the universe is saved. So it's supposed to be trying to dramatic timing or whatever. And that's the basic adventure in a nutshell. So,
Enormous nutshell.
Man, epic AD&D.
An enormous 2-hour.
we spent some of that on the
But
Kickstarter.
this was at least 75% of it.
So, and there's 2 more Immortal Adventures, which I have to get now.
Wait, so it's after this.
Well, this is the first one. This
Okay.
is your intro adventure. Your first day on the job as an Immortal.
And you
You've got
save
to
the
level 30.
universe.
Yeah, you got-
Immortal Training Day?
Yeah, Immortal Training Day. You have to deal with all kinds of shit. So it's a little overview of everything you can do. Yeah.
Wow.
So thoughts on that?
I mean,
Thoughts.
what?
There's
What?
some parts
What
that
is it? What?
There's some parts you could like take out.
We also kind of need to get the Immortal rules, because I want to read about all this shit of like player characters can and cannot do. I mean, it is ridiculous.
Scribbly,
There's some
if you're
interesting
hearing
ideas
us.
in it, right?
No, we can
It
buy
could be
this
like adapted to something else, but as it stands,
Yeah, this is trying to make D&D not do what D&D is not meant to do. Like, they're clearly trying to push the
break
boundary.
it.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, I actually read a couple of reviews of this when that were released around the time this was written, and they compared it to Star Trek: The Motion Picture. You know, like the one where they go back to Earth or whatever. Because, like, oh yeah, that will be fun. You know, having.
Well, that's what it was Star Trek 4. So
Yeah, Star Trek 4. So I could see that. That was probably an inspiration, but like. Yeah, the realm of thought and music, like, what the fuck?
Well, and the funny thing is, when they came there, I immediately thought about the old Masters of the Universe movie. But then again, I looked that up, and that actually came out in '87. So this is probably directly ripping off that.
Yeah, yeah, clearly. That's what.
And you know that cartoon.
Yeah.
So.
Thundar the Barbarian? No.
Yes.
In the year 1994.
But yeah, before we go, of course, we still have to review some more Grimtooth's traps.
Yes.
Caleb has picked out a couple.
Oh, okay.
They're not done yet.
No, I'm calling this a new segment. This is called Beefing with Grimstooths. Because they made a terrible error not having the Traps Master, write for them 3 years before I was born. So, let's get to the first piece of shit. Alright, Supercharger Crawlway. Located in the low crawl space off the main dungeon corridor, the trap should provide a fatal surprise for anyone foolish enough to venture within. The crawlway is just large enough to permit passage of a normal-sized human being. The fit will be very tight, and the delver will find it impossible to turn around. Near the end of the crawlway, the character will discover a number of rubberized wheels that barely protrude into the passage enough through the ceiling and floor. If the character continues, his pressure upon the wheels will trigger the trap. The primary gears begin to turn at a terrific rate, shooting the helpless character through several feet of corridor and into the room beyond, traveling at a speed of approximately 60 miles per hour. The character bursts into the room and encounters a wall of spikes. Okay, first off, the spikes aren't on fire. They're not poisonous. The wheels are rubberized rather than covered in sharp, diamond-tipped spikes and gear, or evil scarabs or anything. That's just lazy work.
Okay, well, fire, that's logistical concerns. That's hard to plan. But poisonous, I can see your point.
Hard. Oh, it's hard, so it's not worth doing.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if it's...
It's for the art, Ross.
If it's in a crypt that's been locked for 500 years, how is it going to be on fire for? Well, okay.
Next one.
How do they have the rubberize if it's...
Next one. So, they have a ball trap. To use this trap, you must install a bowling alley somewhere in your dungeon. Make it fully automated.
I like this one.
I always do.
And award gold pieces or some such for each pin knocked down. After a while, balls are returned to the characters that have poisoned spikes carefully located in the finger holes. So, obviously, you guys see the problem with this one. Your dungeon doesn't already have a bowling alley. Trash dungeon. How are you going to even get adventurers in there in the first place? No one's going to go to the dungeon that used to not have a bowling alley.
So the next time you run Dungeon World, there better be a fucking bowling alley.
It still has the Dungeon Dollar General.
But Wizard's always Granny Bowl. I mean, come on. He's safe.
And then, of course, the biggest missed opportunity, the Morningstar Supernova.
That's a band
should provide a guiding light for those characters who feel that they can pick up just about any weapon they choose. This Morning Star is built around a solid explosive core. When a solid object is struck with the Morning Star points will fire out in all directions with violence enough to make a hand grenade look like a cream pie by comparison. First off, it doesn't exactly bespeak a supernova if it's just a hand grenade. Also, you know what else you can make in a circular fashion around an explosive core? Uranium-238. It's also going to glow, and when it dents inward, it is going to be an actual supernova. So, again, Grimtooth's traps, just trash. Now we're at the time. They really should have made me born earlier so I could show them how it was done. There's
one I should mention too. I found one. A spider trap. This trap is designed to reward quick action. Opening the door to this room trips a hidden catch. which silently releases what looks like a huge Black Widow spider. Spider hurls down towards the door on a web line. If the Delvers rush forward and slash open the spider with their weapons, they find that the spider is really just a hollow papier-mâché mock-up and is filled with thousands of live, normal-sized Black Widow spiders, which now scatter onto the party.
Spider pinata.
This is called the Black Widow Pinata.
Nice.
Okay, they made up for it, Caleb.
Yeah.
Just a little
It's
bit.
from Larry DeTilio.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, all right.
I'll give it to you.
I
I'll give it
just,
to you,
in the
Larry.
logistics, this is like something I could see in a live dungeon, like a bunch of goblins or kobolds keep Black Widows as pets, or like they farm them. But like in a crypt that's been sealed for 500 years, those spiders are going to die. Like they're going to get hungry.
It's
and
like, oh god, wait, we're
they're
good.
going to get out of the pinata. It'll just be Black Widows everywhere. So, but yeah, in a live dungeon, I think that would be very effective. But for those traps that you did mention, how would you? Well, you mentioned how you'd improve the first one, but like the bowling alley. I mean, I don't know.
Have a bowling alley already in your dungeon.
Well, yeah, okay. So assuming that.
Look, the main thing about a trap, you got to have someone to want to go where the trap
Right.
is. And like, if you're not marketing yourself out there, if you're the dungeon without a bowling alley, and there's been a dungeon with a bowling alley the whole time,
Yeah.
you're just losing on adventurer deaths.
Well, Caleb, the problem is that this dungeon already lost its mining rights to the dungeon across
But,
the
okay,
way,
assuming-
and
yeah.
everybody moved away.
Is there like a market for dungeon concessions?
Well, assuming they
It's all
have
about
the bowling
economy.
I
alley.
would totally do that. For
Once they have the bowling
Like
alley.
real bowling alley
Dungeon
food,
concession.
the food is also trapped in poison.
All right. So that's it. So once
Master
they get the
Poison
bowling alley, that's how you'd improve it. The
Yeah,
poison,
yeah.
Poison concession.
You have to
like-
install a bowling alley, like you don't. Why
Goblin
don't we put a
nachos-
door on it?
Goblin
It's
nachos
necessary in every dungeon.
All right.
So the goblin nachos will kind of sneak up on you. Know?
All right.
On that note,
I
Yeah, on
want
that
goblin
note,
nachos.
we did. I also forgot to mention. I did write down the Robotech Minis game as another failed Kickstarter. Well, because they kind of released it, but the great thing about Palladium is that they're never done because they're going to retool all the future releases in a different size than the original. They're going to be smaller, so the ones that have been released and sold and given out to backers are going to be incompatible with any future releases. So it just.
how does Symbieta keep doing this?
It's like a shark. You have to keep moving. You have to keep publishing to
But the
survive.
problem is that people keep swimming in his mouth.
I know, right? And of course, we have to mention Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition because, wow, that was a huge, terrible failure that almost bankrupted the company and required them to be bought out by Moon Design, which is now handling all their stuff and bringing the original creators of Call of Cthulhu in as the company heads. So, kind of a screw up there, but they're at
But
least...
with a positive outcome, though.
Yeah, they're hopefully release a print version of 7th edition, which is why I have not run Call of Cthulhu 7th edition yet, because I do not want to run a game like that from PDF only. PDF has been out for a while now, but they're not yet able to publish it because...
Legal.
Well, no, they just haven't had the money to
Okay.
print it, so that has been the problem, a lack of money. So what can we learn from all these failed Kickstarters? One, do some background research on that.
Two, don't actually release promise anything until you actually have
Well-
some groundwork done.
Well, I'm talking about the backers, not
Oh, the backers, okay.
creators. Jesus, if they need help from us, they're
doomed.
That's not a good sign.
But yeah, about the background research. Check the person who you're going from, that you're buying from, and see that they don't have 15 other Kickstarters that have not promised anything.
Yeah, true. If you're going to back at a high level, yeah, definitely do more research. If it's, I mean, like I didn't get my $20 worth out of the Knights of the Dinner Table Live, but whatever.
Yeah.
And Karen, I finally got the thing. That was lucky. But I wasn't going to be too outright, too distressed if I didn't get Karen or whatever. So I don't know. Only back Kickstarters run by people with Jedi names. I think that's the lesson we can all approve. So we need our Jedi names. We need our Raven McCracken names for listeners at home.
Thank you, Raven McCracken.
We apparently
He is a treasure. He just published on Facebook that he is done with the writing, and it's going to go to the printers or whatever for a cinema. You seem just rather incredulous about that.
For some reason, like I imagine the ceremony of him publishing is like the Temple of Doom.
All right.
Well, he's sitting in front of somebody else. Kalima.
Yeah.
No. Where?
But he still pulls someone's heart out. And
Yeah.
But instead of catching on fire, a werestorm starts coming from the heart.
Of
And it
course.
turns into the raccoon.
Yo, that's fucking record. We'll never do that. So,
That needs to be a tattoo.
if you're an immortal out there, please contact us. Let us know about aura usage and how long it took you to learn automatic versus manual. And
Spend some points to call me. Don't worry, we'll be right back.
Phoenixes, and only on the elemental plane of fire.
Use a wish.
You only
Use a wish.
regenerate one power point for 24 hours on the Earth. So it's all in there. It's all in the book.
So if we do the elemental plane of fire, can we just open? All right, we're gonna go there. They open up.
Well, we need immunity to fire because we take 3d6 points of fire damage per round if we don't have immunity to fire, which is easy for immortals, but not so much for us mortals. So, unless we really are. So, all right, we'll hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll take you guys next time.
Bye.